Jai Jagannath. Today I am here to tell you a beautiful story behind the Kanchi Kaveri legend. Or we can tell the story of Purushottama and Padmavati. The story behind the Kanchi Kaveri can be considered to be a romantic story till date in the history of Orissa. We all know how the Jagannath Rath Yatra hold enormous significance for the people of Orissa. It's not just a religious festival, it's a celebration of faith, equality, and solidarity. Before telling the story, a brief idea about Orissa's history. The Gajapati dynasty of Kalinga was established by Emperor Kapilendra Deva in 1434. The territory of Kalinga includes a large part of West Bengal, eastern Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, and Andhra Pradesh in the south. After Kapilendra Deva, his second son Purushottama Deva ascended the throne of Kalinga in 1467. As he was wise, kind, and brave than his elder brother Hamavira Deva. The story I will be telling is about Gajapati Purushottama Deva, the king and also a Sevaka and a great devotee of Lord Jagannath, Balabhadra and Ma Subhadra. Gajapati wanted to marry Padmavati. After hearing about her beauty and her kindness for the people of her kingdom, she was the daughter of Kanchi's ruler Saluva Narsimha. As Gajapati wanted to marry Padmavati, he invited Saluva Narsimha to Puri to witness Lord Jagannath's Rath Yatra, or we can tell the cart festival of Puri. When Saluva Narsimha witnessed Gajapati doing the Chhera Pahara ritual, that is, sweeping around the three lords' chariots with a golden broom, he denied his daughter's marriage proposal as he didn't want his daughter marrying a sweeper. This enraged Purushottama Deva, as this was not just an insult to him but to the rituals and the culture of Lord Jagannath too. With anger, Gajapati led an expedition to Kanchi but was defeated by Saluva Narsimha. This brought the king to his knees at the feet of Lord Jagannath for help. Lord Jagannath instructed in his dream to conquest Kanchi again and assured that he, along with his brother Balabhadra, would help him win the war. This made Purushottama Deva very happy and he marched towards the south. On the way, somewhere near Chilika, the king was stopped by a milkmaid named Manika. She asked the king money by showing him the ring which two young soldiers, one with dark complexion and the other fair, gave by consuming all her dahi, that is curd, in return of the ring. She couldn't refuse as they were the king's soldiers and told her that the king will pay the amount. When Gajapati saw the ring, he could recognize the Ratna Mudika of Lord Jagannath and told Manika that they were none other than Lord Jagannath and Lord Balabhadra. The king was very happy because he could know that Lord Jagannath and Balabhadra are with him. He was so overjoyed that he named a village in Manika's name. The village is now known as Manika Patnam. This shows how Lord Jagannath gave a hint to the king that he is with him for the war, and we can know the relationship between the Lord and his devotee. The Kanchi king was defeated and King Purushottamadeva captured Princess Padmavati and brought her to Orissa. In anger, he directed his ministers to marry the princess to a sweeper. The ministers were worried as they knew that the king loved Padmavati and whatever he was doing is in anger. So the ministers waited for an opportunity. On the next Rath Yatra day, when Gajapati Purushottamadeva started sweeping the chariot with the golden broom for the Chera Pahara ritual, Princess Padmavati was asked by the ministers and priests to place the garland on his neck. As while sweeping the chariot, the king was literally a sweeper at that moment. The king was surprised as well as very happy to get his love Padmavati as his wife. The tradition of Rath Yatra still continues, and the present Gajapati, Dibya Singhadeva, the descendant of the glorious emperors, still perform the Chera Pahara rituals on every Rath Yatra. The culture and legends of Lord Jagannath have always been about equality and devotion